in the group that are not very, very versatile in speaking out. In fact, they don't want to raise their hand up. You have to learn a way of making sure that you match, force them out. What did you say? You saw Haja wanted to do like that. You say something. You need to have those kind of skills to be able to do. Then assessment skills and tools. This is our in-house specialist in assessment. You will do some assessment and say these people are good, these people are not good at dressing, but you need to have it if you want to be a good trainer. There are some skills in that area that you need. Report writing. Any training that you do without writing a report, you have not developed yourself. Learn how to write summary reports of any training, because you come and do assessment, evaluation later, you will not be able to see anything. Now, I stopped there because business counseling and business advisory service is another thing entirely. It will take us like 1 week to go into that. But I said it is good for you to have it and put it in mind that I will look for it. I want to quickly rush into the issue of entrepreneurship. And basically, entrepreneurship is the art of starting, running, and sustaining a business. You see, research has shown that most businesses in Nigeria, they observe obituary 5 years after starting. So if somebody start business in 5 years, you just say, Wallahi, Daddy, Akari, Wallahi, it is the witches in my village. No, nobody ever blames themselves. So it has shown that, so what we now say is, starting the business is not the main thing. Running the business is not the main. Sustaining the business is what you want you to be able to do. And the earlier we know it, the better for most of us, because our grandfathers had what we call a historic line of entrepreneurship. The father of a hunter, the son will likely be a hunter, and things like that. But our own, once the successful man dies, the business stops with him. The children are not part of it. And that's why we want to quickly share some of the skills, the tools we normally use, so that you also know. Next slide. In teaching entrepreneurship, as a trainer, you must first and foremost know the 3 E's of entrepreneurship. If you don't know it, you will not be able to teach entrepreneurship. Number 1 E is the entrepreneur. That person you want to change. What kind of person is he? What are the skills that he has? What are the challenges that he has? What does he need from you? 2, the enterprise itself. What kind of business do you want to situate yourself in? Is it located in Beningwari, where there's insecurity, or Zamfara, where there's insecurity? Is it a good business location? What are the rules and regulations? What are the laws guiding that business in that location? Which political party is in power? Is it against the political party of the day, or is it the religious ethics of that community? You start having issues if you are not able to find accurate information on the business you want to run. Today, we have Kunu Aya everywhere in Nigeria. But the greatest challenge of Kunu Aya is don't leave it outside the fridge. Go. Now, on the other hand, you have millions of youth coming out from the university. They read microbiology, biochemistry. The essence of their training is how to preserve some of those things in a bottle. So a lot of research has not been done on that, and I will not be able to help us, but we should be able to find out. Thirdly, the environment. No matter how good a business is, if the environment is wrong for that business will not be successful. So if piggery, if you ask me, in Imo State, is a multi-million business, the biggest mistake to do is to go to Zamfara and say you want to set it up. Piggery. Piggery. Pork. But if you go to Imo, Enugu, Anambra, that's quick money-making business. So the business is good, but if you put it in a wrong location, or the wife of a pastor, you now say, okay, madam, we are giving you 10 million to open a beer parlor. The business has failed. So sometimes it's about the environment and where it comes. Sometimes it's about the government policies. NAFDAC will come, SON will come, and a host of others will come. Religion and culture will come into it, and competitors. Somebody will talk to you about market tomorrow. Now, the 4 basic ingredients you need to start telling your people in order to succeed is they must have an idea, new ideas. We're tired of the old ideas. So kuli now is being exported to Canada, but it's not kuli, it's granite candy. That's idea on its own. So if you call it kuli, we'll buy it 50 naira. But if it is groundnut candy, we'll buy it 150 to 200 naira. You see it in supermarket now. Geleswa, Reed E, they are all in supermarket now. Do you know? So we are actually advancing. Ideas move the world. Two, what's motivating you to start this business? You need to help them find out what is motivating them. Wallahi, I'm not interested in business. It's my husband that forced me. That business will not work. But if she has motivation, I want to have my own chicken change. I want to have money for this. She has a motivation that is pushing her. Not that somebody is pushing her the car. The government is giving money. Collect your own. Collect the money and that. So that's why businesses will fail. Three, ability and skills. If you want to do something, do it with all your mind. Today, the masa in Bauchi is being sold in Abuja because somebody developed that skills. Where she does not have the skills, she went and brought girls from Bauchi and they are doing masa. We are buying 4 at 1,000. If you go to Bauchi, it's 100 naira. Abuja, 4 for 1,000. Is it not business? It's still money. Lastly, resources. Whether financial, physical, or location-wise, you require resources to be able to succeed. Next slide. Now, it's not enough for you to have a business skill. You must also have what we call financial literacy. You must also have what we call vocational skill. Why we are saying this is, if you are actually interested in helping small businesses, as Dr. Momo told us, if you are going to help in supporting them, you need to help them identify which skill do they have. Do they have a business skill? Do they have financial literacy? Do they have vocational skill? Most of our women entrepreneurs, they have vocational skills. She can weave, she can do things, this and that, but she doesn't know how to transform 2,000 to 20,000. She doesn't know how to separate her personal money from the business money. That's where financial literacy comes in. So these three avenues is our responsibility to help them separate it. Shoe shiner can do is doing shoe shining. But is he making money from it? Is another story for another day. Barber is barbing his hair, but is he making money from it? Because they either like financial literacy or business skills. Next slide. We'll be talking about these qualities of an entrepreneur later. Next slide. Now, as far as we are concerned, your roles and responsibility is to manage in charge of any program on building businesses, which is why we call it training of trainers. I'm taking it at this higher level because what I'm giving to you is what you will use in developing your own training materials, in facilitation, in presentation, and able to deliver business development service. So when we said you are a trainer, you should be able to take charge of the entire activity, from registration to providing of material, to facilitation, to providing of refreshment and meals, and of course, writing report. Two, you need to have ability to handle the needs of individual participants. Everybody has their own need. I have cold, I don't want AC. Please attend to the needs. Because if you have anybody in your class that is not being carried along, your job will not be complete. Then you are responsible for the entire program. As I'm doing now, she's getting ready for the next. As I'm doing now, she's coordinating. This is the next thing that's doing. Because when you have a team, you'll be able to do more than you doing everything alone. You are perform the role of an administrator, a licensing officer, a manager, a trainer, a counselor, and a motivator. You can see that it's not a small job. Because some people are already hopeless in their business. And as they are saying, oh, wow, God has brought you. I'm doing the business, I'm not seeing money. You need to be able to motivate them. This is the challenge. You need to be able to counsel them. This is the thing you need to be able to manage the expectations of everybody. In conclusion, what we expected that for every entrepreneurship trainer, facilitator, or counselor, you should be able to bring out the best in every individual that is in your class. We are lucky we have a smaller class. Now, if it's a bigger class, if you are going to divide them into 2020, you need to find out what you do in order to get their attention, make sure they are part and parcel of it. Because there's no business that is successful without confidence. So when you finish and their confidence level is not risen, your job has not been concluded. You should be able to build their confidence. They say, okay, now I can go out to the world and become the next Dangote. Thank you very much.